My name is Travis Lehus, and I've been attacked by a microwave weapon for the last year and a half since November 1st of 2020. Also been attacked since I was a kid by the microwave weapon where it attacks and talks in your head and attacks your body, puts pressure on you. The FBI, IAC, ICAC, Homeland Police, and everybody in America has been attacked by this microwave weapon. It's known as Hammer syndrome and deep state. If you look, this is my first video. They've been blocking me on certain websites and everything not to say anything. But if you look really close, you can see pulse in an image. If you see pictures with smiley faces or images in your house, they can draw stuff with the electric pulse. If you look really close, you can see the smiley face here. And this is me when I was a kid. Look at the eyes and the face right here.
Okay.
You can see the pulse, and you can see the pulse with me hiding as a kid. They controlled me to go under when I was a kid. They can give you dreams in your eyes when you wake up or when you're sleeping. They can electrical pulse dreams into your eyelids or assimilate inside your mind. If you want to watch Brainstorming the movie, uh, where they can do it to you. If I can find where I even put it, because they're still talking to me and still attacking with pressure in behind my head right now with a microwave weapon, which they say is the Meg Unit or the FBI or Homeland. So it makes brain fog, which could be COVID, but COVID is faked. If you look at my eyes, most likely they get dilated when you're on the microwave. They can control your emotions and put pressure and harass you and talk in your head. They can actually force an orgasm and make you up, make you sad, make you happy. Nobody's talking about this, and I'm looking for the movie Brainstorm if I can find it. Uh, right here, another one where it shows proof of this microwave attack. Um, but if you read about it, it shows how they connect a thing on top of your head, which the military and FBI, where they mimic and control. That you can taste, take away taste, copying. This movie is based basically on real life, how it came about, how they mimicked, and they can control sound. They can connect animals. They can transfer people's bodies. Brainstorm is where it shows kind of a true story, which is watered down from 1983 with the microwave weapon, controlling us and putting stuff in our head. Another one where you can find out is another one I bought. I've been researching because I have a company called protectyouprivacy.com and another one, protectyourfreedom.com, where I've been looking into it since I found out the truth about the microwave weapon. They've been attacking me every day and trying to slow me down, trying to make sure I don't spread the word on social media or to other people. My company was getting bigger and bigger. I even won 5,000 in a competition, but I won 5,000 put towards my company for corruption and for this through UWO. Um, but I did not win it because they attacked me in my mind during that competition too. They attacked me to try to slow me down for everything, but I still got money for 5,000 for that. Um, I'm trying to find this other movie, which is hidden. Again, I'm getting attacked nonstop, and I'm going to be trying to make nonstop live videos all the time. The movie is called Sleeper, but I have a hard time remembering stuff. They're hitting the back of my head right now as I speak. They can put pulse behind me, which is electric pulse. I'm gonna try to figure out how to stream my screen and record all the time and pictures of my house because you can see holograms. They can put holograms through the electric pulse, which is in your mind, but they can trick people to make. They usually attack people when they're on drugs or tear their credibility. And they can make you think you're seeing things, but really it's a hologram technology, which you can produce images in a person's mind and outside of mine and draw on people's curtains. But I can't find this movie called Sleeper, which is kind of funny. I have a hard time remembering when they give you brain fog, they can put pressure on different sides of your head. And if you search YouTube for microwave weapon, Hannibal syndrome, or people saying they're getting harassed by the government, there's a whole bunch of videos out there of people saying they're getting bothered and harassed all over on YouTube. I'm trying to figure out where this movie is because I have bad memory. And they're being quiet right now in my head as I speak. See, out loud. But this is going to be the first of many videos. I'm going to try to post on Twitch too, at the same time, and other platforms if they don't shut me off or block me. Because usually they try to shut off and block things. So, I don't know where it is, but they usually tag people in their minds though. Let me just say, since I've been here and tagged by my head over a year, where I found out I had to put up blocks because I thought people were after me, chasing me in circles around in my house. They chase you in your head and they can make you think people are in your house are attacking you. I spoke to some people down in Texas where I spoke to a private investigator, and they said people were calling them thinking there was ghosts after them trying to stab them. If you call certain people, they will have reports all over the U.S. stating that there's weird things going on and people think they're afterlife, or they think they're aliens, or they're drugs, or they're in a mental state. But the truth is, it's a microwave weapon. And they can get in people's dreams. So don't believe your dreams. They haunt you in your dreams like Friday the 13th. They call projectionists, or ain't is not your brother. That's how it is. And I still have no views, but that's okay. Because I'm new at this and I can't even find it. But they could be blocking my view streak because they don't want people to know the truth. Where is that movie even? You know, the best thing is I buy stuff and then it gets blocked out. And that movie is missing somewhere. Because they attack my mind. No, the FBI is still trying to talk to me in my head all the time. And they're trying to kill me and poison me. Okay. But we'll be going live a lot. I'm trying to find other things. They also like trick you in your mind to make you spend a lot, make you go places, which they can control you. They made me spend all my money and buy useless things. They can switch your food habits, eating habits on the microwave weapon into somebody else. In 1970, they even did a cross-dressing thing for people where microwave to try to make guys or girls switch to the opposite sex, which now we have cross-dressers, which the FBI and other governments all done this to people. People are confused. They don't even knew that a girl can mimic her emotions in you, or a guy, and make them turn into the other thing by the microwave weapon. You can feel other people's emotions even. But I can't find the movie, which is pretty interesting. How this one is not here. Maybe I brought it upstairs. But if you see, I have another lock on there because they made me think and cameras all over my house where they been trying to harass me and stalk me, the police, FBI, and IAC. So they make you talk about angels and other things and Christianity because that's how, if you look up other cases, they do that. But see, I have locks all over. Because why? the police and FBI come after me all the time because I'm speaking the truth. They will never leave me alone, and they'll keep on coming. And they'll crack your jaws and everything. And the bad thing is, you buy stuff and they make you forget where it even is. So I have no idea. But I had the movie and I had other things. This is my other room up here, which they totally, right here, they totally hacked into that computer right there, which I just bought. I have several other computers, 6 computers, but look at all the cameras. But they've been hacking into all my stuff here. And I got a whole bunch of books. So I go to UWO. I was there for computer science, and then switched to info systems, and then to video editing, and also criminal justice. And now I'm in for marketing. So I have quite a few quite a few credits. So my knowledge is credible for some of this, and I had to leave school due to the microwave attacks got so bad for over the last year, and they've been controlling me to buy all kinds of stuff and travel, all kinds of paperwork on different things. Even the FBI even states right here that they don't have much, but I have information all over in my house. Stuff ready to get filed. Okay. More and more paperwork and more tubs of information and evidence and more projectors where I'm testing all kinds of stuff. I have paperwork all over my house and information all over about this. I've been researching it for over 5 years maybe, about this microwave weapon and how they set up everybody in America. But I can't find the movie, which is hidden. But soon I'll be freeing all the prisoners in the world with this information, where they set up everybody on Constitution violations and a fair trial where they can see through everybody's eyes. They can see through my eyes right now, and your eyes. So it'll keep on going. I am going to keep on talking forever and ever. But the thing is, now I lost another ability. I don't even know where stuff goes. And you can't play music because it's copyrighted. And I've been trying to make a deal with the FBI and IAC and all them to get this microwave pattern so I can take it apart and say nobody else can use it, and then change it into a social media with everybody's backlog from the boring. And with camera through eyes, everybody will have proof and settlements from the microwave weapon. If I can achieve getting everybody's information from the FBI and the government, we'll be able to backdate everybody's settlement and have proof on cops, FBI, and the governments of them attacking us. If I can work out the deal for us to get all of our backlogs and file a settlement. Otherwise, they're going to try to attack us. And then I found that right here, Sleeper is another movie back in the 70s where it talks about this projection ball, which is a microwave weapon, electrical magnet, which will mess you up, called deep state, or give you this high. They can make you feel like you're high or higher, even when there's no drugs or any kind of drug. They can mess with your drugs, and also touch you and make you get up. They can control my body, make myself orgasm, force orgasms in this movie, and make yourself stimulate up. Look up E-stem where they can electric charge you and put you up, but they can force charge you and force orgasm you, the FBI and them. They've been sexual assaulting me for years, even when I was a little kid, or even now. I get sexually assaulted almost every hour in all my privates and up and down and electrical tingly and assaulting me and raping me and making me orgasm and talk in my head with racing thoughts or all different thoughts, which is electrical, metrical pulse going through my head. But just to let you know, I'm not going to talk all day long about pulse and this microwave weapon. I'll probably do it slowly because my head gets hurt. So I'll just keep this recording non-stop and tell my story throughout my day and what's going on. But that's a good way to start this out when people watch and go backwards. So a lot of time I'll just keep this camera on and be recorded live and then talk about it off and on. So that's how it's gonna go for the first couple of videos knowing about this. And I'll just keep this on. I wonder how long it'll keep on recording. And it might stop even on copyright. That's the only bad thing is that. And people just have non-stop. Okay. Now let's switch to a different video. Well, my name is Travis D. Huss. Okay, let's see about making this phone call. I call people all the time, and I'm finally recording it to show people what a hard time people have calling anyone, even after you've been sick, or even how bad businesses are. Nobody even cares.
Thanks for calling Square Trade, an Allstate company. Your call may be recorded or monitored for quality assurance. Please note, warranty registration and new claims must be started online at www.squaretrade.com. Once again, simply go to squaretrade.com and follow the instructions on the site. Chat agents are standing by to assist with any questions. For more information about Square Trade's privacy practices, visit www.squaretrade.com/privacy policy. Para español, presione 8. Are you calling to start a new claim? Need an online claim? Follow up on an existing claim? Register your warranty? Or activate your plan? Or for anything else, say something else.
Something else.
Which retailer did you purchase your protection plan from? Please say the name of your
Amazon.
If you recently purchased a warranty and need to set up your account, press 1. If you would like to hear more details and understand your warranty coverage, press 2. To purchase a protection plan, for more details on what your plan
Always this bullshit.
visit our policyholder page at
My eyes are swollen
www.squaretrade.com
from the microwave weapon.
/coverage or download our mobile app. Once again, that's
As my eyes get swollen and dryness from the microwave weapon.
any questions you may have.
Stupid phone. Look, they hung up on me. It could be EMF and there's dryness in my ears. Now we have to call it again. They always hang up on me. Let's try again.
Thanks for calling Square Trade, an Allstate company. Your call may be recorded or monitored for quality assurance. Please note, Warranty registration and new claims must be started online at www.squaretrade.com. Once again, simply go to squaretrade.com and follow the instructions on the site. Chat agents are standing by to assist with any questions. For more information about SquareTrade's privacy practices, please visit www.squaretrade.com/privacy policy. Para español, presione 8.
Agent.
Are you calling to start a new claim? Complete an online claim.
Claim.
I heard. Great.
Claim.
Right?
Claim. Said ring.
For mobile and tablet, press 1. For laptops and computers, press 2.
Hi, thank you for calling SquareTrade. My name is Lance. I am a technical expert. Can I please have your first and last name?
Travis Huss.
Thank you. So, can you please let me know where did you purchase your protection plan?
I'm not sure what you mean. What do you mean?
Or where did you purchase your protection plan?
Amazon. I bought it on Amazon. I'm sorry. I've been attacked by a microwave weapon for over the last year and a half. So I have brain fog, so it's hard for me to remember stuff. Plus, I called about my warranty, but I was in deep state or coma. I had to go run around the states, through the United States, and I went through a couple of hospitals, and I was attacked from a microwave weapon, which I'm still getting attacked right now in my mind, and sexual assaulted and kidnapped in my mind and harassed. And I'm trying to get the report on my computer, but I have such bad brain fog where I forget stuff, but I have a warranty on it and it has not been working for over 3 years, and I've been attacked for a long time. So microwave weapon put me in deep state in a coma in my head, so I didn't have time to file my warranty. Or I think it just expired, but it's been broke for a long time, and I filed one a couple months ago, but I can't remember because the microwave weapon wipes my mind sometimes.
Okay, I see. Good, yeah, you can take a look at that.
Okay.
Just, let me see. So you already filed a claim then previously?
Yeah, I filed a couple claims. Yeah, at least what I remember. I think I filed one a couple. I filed it while I was getting attacked by a microwave weapon, which is Hanva syndrome. It has pressure on the back of my head, and I'm attacked always. So it wipes my head sometimes. It wipes my head, and they say it makes you stronger by erasing your head and makes you try to remember stuff. But really, it does not make you stronger. I mean, they've been using me as a guinea pig. So I can't remember stuff. Is there any way you can look up the warranty?
Just take a look at that. Can you please provide me your email?
I believe it's under Huss, Huss. That's H for Henry, U umbrella, S for Sam, _ Travis at yahoo.com. Is that the correct one?
Don't know. Let me take a look at that.
Okay.
Okay, and in the case the call gets disconnected, can I call you back to this phone number you are calling from?
Yeah, you got my phone number?
Yes, got it here. Just need to make sure.
It's 920-428-7738 is my phone number. Just call, stay on the line. Okay, if it does hang up, it's probably an EMF attack. It's electrical magnet from space to satellite. They have these on satellites, cars, and on the ground. This microwave weapon, which cuts out phones. It shoots out RF radio frequency and electrical magnet frequency. So it cuts out phones, and it's hard to hear sometimes. But did you find my thing?
Okay, well, yeah, some details are here.
Okay.
By any chance, do you happen to remember when you made the purchase or the day around?
I think it was in 2018. It was on Amazon. Do you want me to look up the order quick?
Yeah, you happen to have some data like that.
Okay, I can look up.
Also, what kind of laptop is that?
It was Amazon.
Okay, and what's the brand of the laptop or the manufacturer?
I mean, it was an Apple when I screwed up. A microwave weapon was attacking me. It was an Apple. It's not an Amazon. They confused me in my head.
Okay.
So hold on 1 second. I am looking it up as we speak too. As long as they don't turn up the pressure on this microwave weapon while it's attacking me. So
Okay, let me 1 minute while I see here. And
I found it. It was February 16th of 2018. That is 5 days before my birthday. My birthday's on February 22nd on George Washington's Day. First person that started America. Supposedly this microwave weapon talked to me in my head and told me I am the prophecy kid of George Washington to rebirth America or destroy America from the Bible, to destroy the corruption in this United States. Since I'm the prophecy kid, that was on February 22nd. But anyways, what do you see for this warranty? It said February.
well, yeah, actually see here. The warranty has expired.
Yeah, like I said, I filed a report, and it never got fixed. Do you see the one that's still open?
Well, yeah, but as mentioned, it's been a long while.
Yeah,
I've been
attacked.
need to file a new claim for this.
Yeah, I've been attacked by a microwave weapon. So can you guys make exception to fix this? Because I filed a claim before it was expired.
Right, well, yes, but as mentioned, since that previous claim was not properly fulfilled, we need to file a new one. And
Okay.
since the protection plan has already expired, we won't be able to continue with a claim on this.
So even when I've been attacked by a microwave weapon and I've been in deep state, you guys won't help me? I have hospital papers that I can prove it to you, which I can send. Can I send you guys the hospital papers to prove I was in the hospital going around America because I was trying to search for someone to help me from the microwave weapon? Will that extend my warranty? So your warranty doesn't cover anybody when they are unconscious or they're attacked and controlled, and they extend the warranty. Even though I filed a claim before the warranty was even up, I filed 2 claims and nobody fixed it. Even the whole time I had that computer broke for 2 years, and it just ran out, and it's been sitting in my house broken, and I had a warranty the whole time. But the people in my head, the FBI and the government, told me they disabled my body, and I've been searching around America and I couldn't bring the computer in or fix it, and I need you guys to fix it since I was in a coma or deep state. Who's responsible for fixing it since they kidnapped me, held me prisoner in my mind, and they sexual assaulted me every day, and they torture my body, force orgasms, and make me stimulate in my mind, and they produce dreams inside my mind and eyelids, which they said they can see through my eyes and produce audio, and they torture me every day, and they said that you guys are responsible for still fixing for it because I was in deep state or a microwave weapon, which the company should understand that I was attacked by a weapon, and the government can force any business to do this too, since they own this land and they kept me prisoner in my head. All they have to do is say, hey, these companies are forced to give you guys a warranty, are forced to give us refunds. Because you know why? The government owns this property. The government forced me as a guinea pig. FBI, unusual tests from bioweapons in the governments, Russia, the US, FBI, Illuminati. We forced me, so they can force this company, and they can force anybody to become a guinea pig or force you to give money. Because this ain't your land. This ain't the land of the free no more. This is the land of the corruption. And you guys don't even help the disabled. You guys don't help anybody, which I'm trying to ask for help for this and the help for the microwave weapon. When I report a microwave weapon and I've been attacked and kidnapped and falsely imprisoned in my mind and controlled sexual assaulted and tortured and trying to get money. Now, if you don't report it, you are able to be held for crimes and abiding crimes. Anybody watching this video or listen to this phone call is subject to these crimes too, because I've been really attacked and kidnapped and false imprisoned and sexual assaulted. Now you're a part of it. What is your name, sir? Lance. What is your last name, Lance?
Well, I can only provide you with my first name.
Okay. Well, now I told you I've been kidnapped, falsely imprisoned in my mind, sexual assaulted, and hurt by the FBI and the government. Now, it's your knowledge of the company of Square Trade to report this. Otherwise, Square Trade is going down for a whole bunch of kidnapping, false imprisonment, sexual torture, and all that for abiding and party to a crime. And whoever's watching this video or this phone on your recorded phone line or others are party to a crime now. Do you acknowledge that? Your knowledge of these crimes? You have knowledge if you don't report these crimes, you are a party to a microwave weapon. If you do not, you're a party to these crimes and I will file charges. Do you acknowledge I'm going to file charges since you did not help me and you did not report this microwave weapon? If you do not report this microwave weapon, I am reporting, filing charges on Square Trade and you. Do you acknowledge that?
Well, yeah, you can continue as you see fit.
Okay, just letting you know that you are required by law of the United States government to file a report when somebody says they've been hurt by a microwave weapon or anybody who's been imprisoned. If you do not, you are held responsible for not reporting a crime and a party to a crime, and Square Trade can be sued and you can be too. So are you going to report this microwave weapon on me being attacked?
Well, I'm afraid I will go over my duties and over my capabilities at this point.
Okay. Well, I acknowledge that hopefully you do report it, and if you don't, I'm going to be filing charges against Square Trade in this company. Thank you and have a good day.
Well, bye.
Okay, Square Trade did not honor the warranty on the computer. I have other stuff I have to call them back to. So here's one phone call of Square Trade not helping somebody. Look at my eyes projected. Not helping anybody that's been projected, which is projection means electrical magnet, help hurting somebody. Not helping a regular person while the FBI and police hurting people in your mind and falsely imprisoned, which they have reported. So again, if you're watching this, please report to who? Who do we report this to? If the police are in with what, Illuminati, in with FBI, in with the military, and they know about attacking people in their minds and they play dumb when they come. The police, who do you report a microwave weapon to? The hospitals aren't equipped where I already have a video. Who do you report the microwave weapon to when you can't report it to the government because they're the ones attacking you? So who do you report it to? I'll tell you who. You report it to the UN. The UN and the Europe. The UN is the ones that will press charges and come and save people from the United States, the government. The UN will come here and stop and arrest every FBI and every police officer. So if you want to make a report, please call the UN and tell them about this, which they already have protested about microwave weapon. And please acknowledge and share this video about this microwave weapon. It talks to my mind, put pressure on my head, and it's non-stop hurting my eyes. And it's called projection. They can put dreams in you and all kinds of stuff. Attack my head and watch other videos of other people. If you've been going through this, we all have to combine. Look up my email, hus_Travis@yahoo.com, HUSS_Travis@yahoo.com. Our phone number, text me 920-428-7738, where we can stick together and do a protest and start going against the American government and start going against all governments to let them know we're done being attacked and we're done being their little guinea pigs. And there have been protests already around America and by the UN. So report your thing to the UN. Soon the American citizens will take back this country because they're attacking innocent people. There's a lot of static in there from EMF. Holy smokes. That one sucked. Well, lost when I'm on light wave weapon. Makes you not focus as good. Sometimes you can win, but look, I lost a whole bunch. What is going on here? I don't know why it's so staticky. Anybody else notice that? The static in the room? Just see the static all over? That's the EMF, the radio signal going all over. I can see it. You can see it all over me.
At Midas, we make sure every stop on your road trip
Oh, ice cream.
is one you want to make. Get road trip ready with up to $100 back on 2X.
Oh, we're gonna skip that one.
The back, the hand.
No, I didn't get any of that. I never received any
Okay,
package at any of my house yet.
Yeah, of course, sir. We do apologize for this huge delay. Just give me a moment. So, Mr. House, you still got your old paper card, sir, correct? The red and blue one.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Just a moment. So right now, sir, since you didn't receive the latest plastic card for the year 2022, we're just making sure your old card is up to date, Part A and B, so you can still use the paper card, okay?
Yep.
Give me a moment.
So you guys always say you're gonna send a package here, but I never get any package for a microwave from my body being hurt from a microwave weapon or anything.
Pardon?
Yeah, I never received any package.
You did not receive any package, okay? So the package that you're supposed to receive, Mr. Huss, it's your benefit from last year. That's called the arthritis pain relieving package.
Yeah,
It's
for
a small package containing elastic braces for the back, the knees, and the hands.
yeah,
Okay.
for from a microwave attack.
Pardon?
Yeah, from a microwave attack. I got it. But I never seen you guys send the package.
Okay, of course, sir. We too apologize for this huge delay, Mr. Huss. Just give me a moment.
Yep.
So, sir, your PO box is 335 in Neenah, Wisconsin. Zip code 54957. Correct?
That is correct.
Physical address 306 Dawes Street.
That is correct.
Okay, so Mr. House, right now your current card is up to date, Part A and Part B. In the meantime, you'll be using the paper card, okay?
Okay.
And regarding the arthritis pain relieving package, so sir, would you like to receive it this year since it's wholly covered in the shipping fees?
When am I going to see all this? Because I'm always getting attacked by the EMF and the microwave weapon from all kinds of governments, and put pressure on the back of my head and on my muscles and bones. The microwave weapon controls most of my body and talks in my mind, and it controls my emotions, and my bones and muscles hurt from this weapon. When will this pain relief be here? When will the pain relief be here?
Okay, let me double check. Okay, so sir, right now, the last step here, I'm just going to connect you with the shipping company just to get the correct status for you, and they're going to tell you the exact date when the package will arrive.
Okay.
Give me a moment. And by the way, sir, nobody's going to ask you for any financial information as the last place is already paid for, okay?
Okay.
Just give me a moment. And sir, the best number to reach you at will be 920-428-7738, correct? Or
That is correct.
Number you prefer, sir.
Yeah, the microwave weapon always gets my eyes super dilated.
Okay, so it's not the one ending with 7738, correct?
No, that is my phone number, 920-428-7738.
Okay, just a moment. Okay, just give me a moment, sir. Right now I'm just going to connect you with an agent. Just give me a moment. Can you hear? Oh, Mr. Hus, by the way.
Yeah, I can hear.
Pardon?
Yeah, I can hear.
It's a bit static.
Yeah, it's the EMF and the microwave weapon, the RF. They cut out cellular signal. So I always have bad cell phone connections. I even just bought a brand new cell phone and switched companies, and the EMF and this microwave weapon still cuts out any cell phone. I mean, I've been having problems with any cell phone, and the bad thing is, there's other people, diplomats, and other people that search around for hospitals and other things to shut off the signal on the microwave weapon, and some of us just have to live with this this talking in our heads, the pain on our bodies, and the controlling our muscles, and simulating our dreams and controlling. I know, and there's no hospital or nobody that can help us.
Okay. So, Mr. Hess, right now I'm going to speak with Mayfrick with the shipping team. As I mentioned, sir, he's just going to assist you with getting the correct size for the elastic supports, okay?
Okay.
Let's make sure to finish all his questions.
Okay.
Thank you for your time, sir. You're going to be connected right away. Give me a moment.
Your call is very important to us. Please stay on the line and you'll be transferred to the next available agent.
Eyes are dilated. Microwave weapon. And dryness. Gangstalked. You see all the static? The static's from the microwave weapon. It's not my camera. I have good connection. You can see the static even coming off this. Since there's so much EMF in the room, you can see it actually bouncing off the electrical magnet. It creates static and pulse. It's called electromagnet pulse, and you can actually physically see it in the air where there's so much around me attacking me. And it causes dryness, electrical magnet, because it's like a microwave weapon. You see dryness on your skin and scalp, which people, if you have dry scalp or dry stuff in your ear or your face or rashes or dryness on your body, you have been attacked by a microwave weapon. Dry scalp is a major one. Getting your eyes puffy, soreness on your body, headache or pressure. You feel like something's tapping on you or controlling you, even when you get simulated in your private area or you get tingly. People don't understand the tingly feeling is not normal. I even didn't notice that.
Mr. Hess, can you hear?
I'm still here.
Hess, can you hear me?
I'm still here.
Yeah, so sir, hang up.
The phone is cutting out. Yeah. Yeah, it's really staticky. The microwave weapon is attacking it again. Yeah, it's attacking it again. And that's it.
Throughout the rubble with hopes to save lives. The same men and women who day in and day out serve our community.
The back, the knee.
The camera is static. For some reason, I can't even tell you. But I'm been targeted too, and my camera's static. But my organs have been attacked, my head's been attacked, and my body, and the headaches and pressure. And you can see high EMF in the air, even on this camera, which is clean. It's still there. But they say that we're being attacked for World War III. And my eyes are super dilated. So, I don't know. And they're always in my head, and then they be quiet when I do this. I don't understand what they're trying to do, but I tried to start a website. I'm trying to figure out how to screen record so I can show everything. But they're trying to start a World War III about Illuminati, and the government, FBI, and all of them are trying to go against and target individuals, specific individuals under crimes, drugs, sexual, IAC, Homeland Security, police, been projecting people, which is a microwave weapon, or target individuals, which is RF EMF signal. But they've been They've been targeting people in the head and sexual stalking, which is Gangstalking, sexual stalking, which is orgasm, but they don't leave me alone. They've been talking in my head and my body and controlling my body for over 1 year and 4 months and nonstop off and on throughout my whole life. But they say that we're getting a settlement. They say it's going to come out, but the way I checked it, I checked death penalty, I checked other ones, and these people did not live. They got set up and get killed, whoever talks about it, or they say they're crazy and lock them up, or they kill them. So I'm trying to group up with a whole bunch of other people where I made a resistance to go against the government, and we are going to fight for our freedom again, because this government's not going to turn themselves in. They say they are in our heads, and they talk about a lot of bullcrap, which they don't hold up, and they promise, which this is America, where they promise all kinds of stuff, but they don't hold up to their promises, and they're all lies. This ain't the land of the free. They don't hold up to the Constitution. This ain't America. We are basically in hell, and they don't realize it yet. These officers and FBI aren't willing to go to jail. They're willing to fight for a war, which I'm fighting for a war too. And so are the rest of the people that are being stalked and sexual assaulted in their mind, and they control themselves. Getting up, they control their sexual parts and their organs. They can make you sick, your emotions, happy, sad, cry, make you orgasm, touch you with pulse, tingly, control your thoughts, put visions in your eyes, holograms, make you think you're melting clouds, or controlling stuff, moving stuff, doing stuff, fighting stuff in your mind, drawing stuff. I can make holograms in my mind. So, which is called visualization, which was made by way before Nikola Tesla in Germany with Hitler and that. But this started with back in the 1800s. This weapon. So they are not going to admit to it, but they made me spend all my money. They made me chase around the world. They even told me I married Amelia Clark in my mind, and she said yes in her mind, if that's even true. But they made me spend all my money, even at Stratosphere, to gamble all my money. I think it was 16,000. They said if I gamble it all, that I will be able to marry her, and I gambled it all. They even made me break things and do things where I got arrested, where I got set up, and I traveled across the country, which I have video from my eyes, which they have recordings. They can record our brain imagery from satellites that come down, our audio and our recordings from our eyes. And they can block this broadcast, they can turn off broadcasts, but they'll let it play because nobody does anything anyways. Nobody does anything about any broadcasts. Even when people are flicking through the channels where one just went on and off. So, but the gang stalking's never gonna stop. I can feel my organs, my sexual parts with the control. They have this magnet where I can suck down your head, where they can put you in deep sleep called chronic sleep or hypersleep. It's like a magnet. It's like basically electrical pulse where it sucks, I believe. They can pick up stuff and do sounds anywhere, or holograms make you think somebody's in your house, or footsteps. They can also change imagery on your wood or stuff in your house, fabric, straw with pulse, or pick up stuff, or move it, or they can change designs on stuff. But they can suck your head down and push it down, and they can leave it down like a big magnet where it puts your brain to sleep. It sucks it down and it stirs up. It's like electrical pulse, which causes racing thoughts and electrical, where they can change your emotion and put thoughts in it. It also puts you to sleep, and also does a lot more. They can control you more, even more in sleep, and drive you. But the reason why they're targeting us, I don't know. They're trying to start the World War III. If you look up the prophecies in the Bible, they are fulfilling these prophecies with Illuminati and this world government I found out Obama went to Russia and China, which he practiced with Russia and China here in 2014, where he's going to allow them to come into the country to arrest these FBI and police, or to save America, or to destroy America, with Obama training them here in some kind of camp. I have to figure out my screen recording software so I can show it all. But they had this plan for a long time. Illuminati is behind it. They say the Bible's fake, where they planned it, and they planned on making Jesus Christ and reborn this Bible and make people into one government, one currency. And they're okay starting a World 3 and killing people because we can get reborn. We can actually transfer our minds to another mind or a robot. So it's all by Sonic or by a trip. They're okay killing us because we, in our timeline, which I've seen, they're allowed bringing us all back to life, even into our clone bodies or into androids or into simulation, which we could be in simulation already where we already died. So this could be simulation already. But they're trying to fulfill one government, so they're okay destroying America, destroying the whole world, even with a nuclear attack, which they said Trump was the Black Sun, which I read on one site. And 2042, all the movies end with nuclear war. They're okay if the resistance, which I'm the leader of the resistance, where I'm trying to gather a whole bunch of people together to fight against the governments for our freedom and stop this. But they are okay shooting a nuclear bomb at all of us people when we override all these governments. They're okay killing all of us, millions and billions of people, and making it look like it's an AI, and they plant a virus or say it's another country. They're working with other countries and they're okay bombing this country, and they were really talking to them, and really they were okay killing their own people. So they attack my mind and my eyes, and you can even see them dilated, or dryness, scalp rashes, pressure on the head, which I'm going to show in these videos where I'm going to be trying more things. I even wrote to a couple of people. I'm going to try to call more things and build more things to see if this ever stops. And they're still in my head talking to me. Does anybody else have people talking in their head this long? Or controlling them in their mind? But they can do holograms, visualization. This is all for the prophecy. If you look at prophecy, destroy America into one government, it's fulfilling the prophecy, and that's in this next 5 years, where this prophecy is going to come true, where like Red Dawn and people are going to invade America, or us inside our country is going to destroy it ourselves. The question is, are the police and FBI and the government people willing to go to jail? Or are we all going to fight for our freedom against the government? Or is China or Russia going to come here and arrest or shoot FBI and police people, and they're going to help us, and they're going to be the saviors of us? I'm trying to find out which story this is going to happen. Another country is going to come arrest and stop this government here and be the saviors, or is the government going to turn themselves in and be the saviors of themselves? Or is the people going to uprise and we are going to ask them to go to jail with John Doe's, or we're going to uprise and have a civil war? There's 3 prophecies, plus they're okay doing a virus with AI and other things, and weather, and controlling us in our minds. They can make us happy and sad and make us even forget about this if they wanted to. But they want this to come out. They want us to destroy America and destroy every government so we can all be one government. That's what the prophecy of Illuminati, which founded America in the 1800s. Even the person George Washington, which I'm born on February 22nd, 1984. They have a lot of movies in 1984. If you look up all about this thing, I'll be posting some of these movies about 1984 and about February 22nd, which George Washington was really February 11th, but then it changed it because they're all about code and puzzles. But I was selected because they select high individuals or people that they try to set up or know too much. I started a company against corruption, but then I was also set up many times, so they targeted me. But also, I was a prophecy child, born on February 22nd, a prophecy child of George Washington, where they selected me to try to go against and rechange this country. And other people have been selected too, pre-selected throughout the United States and the world. Do not know why. If this was already happened, we might be in a movie, or this might already happened in the future, and we are in the past, because they say we might be in simulation. Nuclear war already happened, so we're reliving it maybe, or we're back in the past, or we're in a movie strip, or we're in a predictive server where it predicts the future, which I could have made. So we could be reliving this again and again. So it never stops. It never stops at all. And I'm even getting gray hair and dryness. And my house is a mess. And they made me spend all my money even on this major dilation when they microwave you. They can change and mimic any emotion, drug, or anything in you. So they can make you feel lightheaded or make you tired. Most people with Hanville syndrome can't even move, they said. That's even worse than that because they don't even know. The people I've seen on YouTube, they get angry. But again, we're all pre-selected because we done drugs, or they think we're criminals, or we know too much about the government and we're conspiracy theorists, which they call, so they targeted us, or we're some kind of prophecy child, or they set us up many times, or we were selected due to high intelligence or technology, and we were selected for the future of mankind for some reason, because we are part of the future somehow. Don't ask me why we have been selected, but we have been pre-selected for people to get this massive lawsuits with all kinds of people. But don't ask me why. But we've been pre-selected, and they're trying to just do one government, and they could also just get rid of us too, so easy. So I ask you, if you get pre-selected and you have targeted, make sure in your will you have it where nobody in your family and nobody in your marriage gets your money, or your companies, or your thoughts, or your remote viewing, because I made the company remote viewing to get the settlements for everybody from your eyes. I'm trying to work a deal with the government, trying to get the government to give us all our backlogs from our thoughts and minds to get our settlements to show what they've done. So I made a company like ProtectRemoteViewing.com, which I'm trying to buy. I protect your freedom, and this will help us get our settlements or strike for our freedom. And nobody wants to talk about this. They'll call us crazy. They'll call us to do whatever. But people are standing up. People are making their videos now. And people are not afraid no more. So pretty soon we're all going to stand against the government like they wanted. So you shouldn't be scared to come out and make videos or tell the truth, because they're okay with it. Hello?
Hello.
Who's this?
Hi, my name is Tammy, and I'm calling on behalf of Wisconsin Energy Star. How are you today?
Okay, I'm just always getting attacked by a microwave weapon. So, yeah, microwave weapon by the FBI and the police, and them attack me in my head all the time. They attack me. Yeah, I've been trying to tell people about this microwave weapon, targeted individuals, and the sonic weapon, and they attack you nonstop. They attack you nonstop in your head, and they can control your emotions. Look up microwave weapon or remote viewing. They are trying to. They're trying to do a prophecy from Illuminati and the governments around the world, to try to fill one government.
If you answer my questions, I can get you out of the system.
What is this for?
Well, we monitor the energy usage in the state of Wisconsin, and the area that you're in, sir, is a little high. So it's just a quick 2 questions about your home's energy efficiency, and then I can get you out of the system.
Well, it could be because I'm getting attacked by high EMF, which is a satellite from space. Because I've been researching and trying to find stuff about this weapon, and I did EMF tests in my house, but I have high everything, and they make me have brain fog because this weapon controls thoughts. If you type in microwave weapon or remote viewing, type it in once, microwave weapon, and it'll control. Yep.
How old is your home and how long have you owned it?
I've been here for about since 2019 in this house, and the energy just stays on sometimes, and it
Right.
turns on and off sometimes. They can use EMF to turn stuff off, but they also can use sonic pulse where you can feel it to hit my breakers up and down. So they can hit any. They have a computer where they can select a square on it with a touch screen, and it's 3D mapping. It's quantum mapping, and they can select it, and it can shoot down pulse anywhere, and they can pick up stuff or turn off stuff. So
So how do you currently heat your home? Natural gas, propane?
there's natural gas in my home.
Okay. Alrighty. And are you currently heating a home over 1,500 square feet or under?
I think it's about 12 square hundred feet.
Okay. And then my next question is, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your home's current energy efficiency?
I don't know. Right now, I've been testing it with high EMF, and right now on the regular, say on my Christmas lights, I don't have them plugged in. I can get 13 volts with no electricity from just the air from it going in.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So the high EMF levels are pretty high.
Yeah. So then if you needed to like do some exterior upgrades to your windows, doors, gutters, siding, or roofing, are you willing to do any of that?
Well, I will be doing it actually when I get my settlement. I've been trying to get this settlement done for this microwave weapon because I've been contacting a couple settlement people, and they said I have an appeal and a couple things waiting for it. And I've been trying to work out a massive social media called remote viewing where we can get our backlog since we're born, because we have our memories and videos stored in our minds, and the sonic weapon can go back all the way since we're born from our eyes and audio, which the government has. And I worked out a deal for all of us to get it to file our settlements. So you should be able to see when you're born and everything going all the way back. And I'm the owner.
And how it all works?
Yeah, I'm the owner of the remote viewing.
Cool.
Yep.
Cool. Would you like a call back?
Yeah, you can give me a call back. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. You have a good rest of your night.
All right, thanks. Well, that's it for now.
This is day 2. This is from the UK trial.
This is a microwave weapon. Johnny Depp was on a microwave weapon when she made it up, or he was controlled by this microwave weapon.
Your Honor, may we approach, please?
Do you see that page, Mr. Depp?
333, yes, I do.
Okay. And you see on line 8, you were asked a question, but parts of that flight are blacked out. Answer, apparently, but yes, apparently that is what I am saying to Mr. Bettany. Question, yes. Is there any reason why you would say that to Mr. Bettany if it were not true? Answer, probably not. Did I read that right?
You did.
And you would agree that on that flight you were very drunk and that you had taken drugs either before or during the flight, correct?
I know that I knew that I was going to have a very ugly, I was going to end up with a very ugly situation with Amber. So
Mr.
I
Depp,
doubled
with
up
respect,
the,
trying to respect the court's time and the jury's time, that was not my question. My question
I
was simply,
understand when
you
you
would
take
agree,
5 minutes to look for a
you would agree,
document.
you would agree that on that flight, you were very drunk and you had taken drugs either before or during or both. Correct?
Judging compound.
All right, sustained.
You would agree that you were very drunk on that flight, correct?
I do not agree that I was very drunk on that flight.
And you would agree that you had taken drugs either before or during that flight, correct?
I had taken a double dose of the roxycodone, which is different than a blackout.
But you don't agree that you were very drunk.
I don't recall drinking.
It's a microwave
You
weapon.
need to drink a whole lot when you're on those things. You don't have time.
You just
It's a
testified.
microwave weapon. It's a microwave weapon.
I don't recall being
Microwave
All right,
weapon.
let's look at page 335 for your UK test.
Microwave weapon.
Okay, Mr. Rob, I don't recall. Where would you like to start?
Line 11, please.
Microwave weapon. It's a microwave weapon.
You were asked a question. I want to make sure it is quite clear what you were saying about the Boston plane incident. You were very drunk. You had taken drugs either before or during or both. Do you agree with that? Answer, sure. For the purposes of getting through this, let's say yes. Everything you have said, I agree. Did I
Yes.
read that
It's a
right?
microwave
You
weapon.
did. I was caving in from
That's
time.
my question was simply, did I read
Yes,
that
yes,
correctly,
yes,
Mr. Depp?
I understand.
Now, on,
It's a microwave weapon.
can we pull up exhibit?
It's a microwave weapon.
43, please. Did I read that
Actually, it's a
right?
microwave
You know what?
weapon.
Let's go to exhibit 221. Your Honor, this is a recording, and I'd be happy to read. We're going to play three excerpts from it.
Okay, and there's no objection to the entire audio recording coming in, is that correct?
May we approach? We'd just like to know what it is first.
Okay.
It's a microwave weapon. I'm gonna keep on sending this message to him. He was controlled by a microwave weapon. When you're on drugs from the FBI or the police, they use this weapon and they project his mind. They got in Johnny Depp's mind, even if he thinks he hit the person, he might not have. They might have used a hologram, or they might have put thoughts in his head by when he was on drug use from a microwave weapon from the FBI and police. And the judge has this evidence. The DA has the evidence of this microwave weapon, which they did not give. So he could have been controlled, and it could have entered his thoughts, and the judge is not giving it to them. He talks about how he smashed stuff and how he thought things and how he's seen things, and it's all signs of this microwave weapon. I'm gonna have to redo a video from the beginning of his testimony to see what all he said.
Your Honor, we would offer the full exhibit 221.
They're lying, the DA. Give them the full thing.
The first is the start of the audio through 1 minute.
Why don't you give the audio from his head and his mind from the microwave weapon? The DA and the judge has the video from their eyes and the thoughts from Johnny Depp's and his, and they did not give it to him or to the Johnny Depp, so therefore it's a mistrial. Hopefully he does get guilty verdict, because when they did not give him the full discovery and they spied on Johnny Depp, It sounds like Johnny Depp's microwave by this weapon in his head. Listen to the voice. Microwave weapon controls people.
That's your voice making those moaning sounds.
Okay.
Sounds
What
like
about
an
giving him the
animal.
microwave weapon? You guys lie.
That's exactly what I said before. Yes, that is sounds like a pained animal.
Let's
And
go
it
to
is my
250,
voice.
please.
Was Johnny controlled? They're speaking to me right now, the FBI, in my mind. Did you guys watch them? Are you guys watching the trial right now from Johnny Depp's eyes? How many people are watching it right now? From their eyes, his thought process while he's on the stand. Not giving Johnny Depp a fair trial. John's watching it. The FBI's watching from Johnny Depp's eyes right now. And Amber's thoughts. How many of you guys are watching it from their thoughts? The FBI or the court?
Then let's go
Even
to
Joe
283,
Biden's watching it, I
please.
betcha. It makes him free. Johnny Depp was on drugs at the time, and under the United States of America, the drug units are FBI when you're on drugs, or they're trying to set up people or make people hit people, hurt people, and control people under research. So therefore, he was controlled while he was on drugs.
Mr. Depp, do you know
He
who
can
the major
file,
voice
he did
is,
not.
who at
The government
time
controls him.
says, no, I'm going to stay with this fucking idiot in case he gets sick? You know whose voice that
Oh,
was?
I didn't hear those words,
Okay.
but
All right.
yes, that's Jerry Judge.
Where did they get the audio?
Wanted me to answer that.
That was Jerry Judge's voice. Okay. So you finish this flight.
Throwing
You
bottles.
send the text that we've seen to Amber. You send the text to Paul Bettany, and at some point after this, you decide that you want to go to detox, and you went to detox. You testified a little bit about it yesterday in August of 2014.
How did she record it? Yeah.
The recording of the pain noises is not from that flight, sir.
Get the recording from somebody's eyes. He's gonna be off anyways because the DA didn't give him the full discovery.
Right?
Don't recall exactly.
And you were there on the island with.
Oh, on the island, yes.
Yeah,
Of course.
you were there on the island with Amber and Debbie Lloyd and Dr. Kipper, correct?
Correct, yes.
You and Amber were on one side of the island, right?
This is not, the DA didn't give him the
And
full truth.
Amber was
And he's
effectively
controlled on
dedicating
drugs.
herself to
The
your
government has to
well-being
stop controlling
during
people.
this detox process, correct?
You could describe it as that, at the beginning, yes, certainly.
She was trying to help you get through it, right?
One would think.
And as far as you know, she's never been in any sort of detox in her life, right? Certainly not when you were together, correct?
No, I don't think so.
And we all heard your testimony yesterday. Detox, it sounds painful. It sounds tough. Fair?
Yes, that's...
And you testified yesterday.
I'm speaking to the FBI right now in my head, and they're not telling me what happened. But they can see it all right now from live in the court, from their thoughts and their eyes. The FBI, the Meg Unit here in Wisconsin, IAC, and all of them right now during a fair trial.
Or Debbie Lloyd about
Okay.
when to give you medicine.
And they're not telling me if what they think their thoughts on it by their thoughts or video, but he probably was controlled.
Knowledge of that.
Yes, I do. I remember Amber calling them on the radio, and when I was complaining
And the DA didn't give him the full discovery, and they spied on him during the court trial that day.
And went to the shower. She called them up because she had said that I was in a manic state.
A manic state? Right there. Manic is microwave.
Came up there.
She was?
And sometime after detox, fair, and you said that they came up there, but my point to you is you have no personal knowledge of what Dr. Kipper or Debbie Lloyd communicated to Amber about whether and when to give you medicines. You weren't part of those communications, correct?
Manic is caused by a microwave
sure
weapon.
was.
It caused
I was
a positive
there
charge in you.
during,
He just said it. She was on microwave,
discussions.
and he
Right,
was too.
There were times sort of written down, but you know, the golden rule essentially is
Golden
if
rule?
the patient is
They're in Johnny Depp's head right now.
Dangerous, potentially dangerous state.
They are telling him
with
what to say.
seizures,
They're probably
medication
controlling his
should be
thoughts, not without him
That's
knowing.
what I remember, even though if it was supposed to be
This is
delivered
even
at
better.
4 p.m. and it was 3:15 or 3:30,
According to you, that's what you recall the golden rule was, right?
A golden rule, golden eye. I
Yeah,
have
so
golden eye in my
doctors
thing.
are-
They put golden in his
And
head
after,
just now.
sometime after detox, you texted Amber and you said, "Thank you so much for getting me fucking clean, baby." Right?
And clean
Remember
is
that?
not clean
Yes,
after a
okay.
positive charge from a
And
microwave weapon.
you,
gang stalking,
actually, let's
and
pull up.
getting in your head from
You
microwave
didn't
weapons
just express
by
your
the
thanks to
FBI.
Amber, you expressed it to other people as well, what Amber had done for you, correct? Let's pull up plaintiff's exhibit 120, page 41, please. This is plaintiff's exhibit.
Recordings. They have recordings from his eyes, people. They have recordings. I am opening a social media called Remote Viewing, where I'm trying to get everybody's video and their thoughts from the government. And all cases like this can be shown from the video and see, but they hologram and they can get in people's thoughts,
This is a screen
which the
thing.
government set up. So how can you even tell if they did a crime when the government controls people? You have to get all video from government people first to make sure the person was even controlled. All government people have to file their names, FBI, and everybody in the
the
government
only
has
question I
to
have
show
for you
what they're
is
doing
the,
at all times if they're hired.
The question on the top
If
of
they
the
have
page,
things to get into people's heads,
sent
it's
on
illegal.
August 19th, 2014, from you to Paige. Now, Paige is Amber's mom, right?
that's correct.
Your Honor, I'd move for the admission of just this page of this exhibit with just that text and the identifiers redacted.
Which page of this exhibit is it?
I'm sorry?
Which page of the exhibit is
It's
it?
at page 41,
Page 41, so.
or it's listed as exhibit 120_0041.
120, just make A, page 41. That way.
That sounds good, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, page 41. And do we want redacted? Or
So just to be clear, if it's just the top,
Just the top
text
text,
message
yeah.
and the identifiers are removed, we have no objection.
Okay, so
Yep.
redact that way.
Thank you, Your
And,
Honor.
and just that page.
Yeah, sure.
Page 41. Okay, all right, so 120A in evidence as redacted.
Permission to publish, Your Honor.
Yes,
Thank you. Mr. Depp, this is in this text that you send to Paige Hurt, Amber's mom, on August 19th, 2014. You say the following, and I understand that you gave certain testimony yesterday about what you perceived Ms. Hurt's role in your detox to be, but on this date, you sent this text to Ms. Hurt, to Paige Hurt, and you say, "I couldn't have made it without her. I would have gone for a swim and swallowed a big drink of ocean without her, to be honest. It was a hell of my own doing, and your little girl walked through with me step by step. I know you're already proud of her, but if you'd have seen her in action, amazing. It was an exercise of monumental patience and instinct. I wouldn't be alive, sweetheart. There were more than a few times when I thought it would be more simple to take that route. It was Amber and Amber only that got me through this, and it was not easy. Thank you for her first.
He's controlled
And
by
thank
this
you
weapon.
and that sweet fucker David
This weapon
for all
makes
of your
people
words of
abusive.
support.
I've
I'm
sensed
through
it
the
in
other
the back
side
of my
now,
head,
I think.
and
I
it
hope
confuses
all
people.
this boys love. your
I
son
smash
Outlaw.
things. I have broke things
Did I read that right?
in hotels and around the whole world. I have felt the pain and the confusion where if they're testing this on people and the microwave trying to get people's money or control them, they will get out of hand.
You got married to Amber on early February 3rd, 2015.
Apparently,
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. You remember the year today?
Remember the
2015,
year?
right?
That sounds about right.
Okay. And a week after your wedding, you left for Australia to start the process of shooting the 5th Pirates of the Caribbean movie, right?
That sounds about right, yes.
And Amber was filming in London at the time. She left directly from the wedding to fly to London to film London Fields with Billy Bob Thornton, right?
That's correct.
And the plan was that she was going to fly out from London to Australia directly to join you for the filming of Pirates 5, right?
At some point, yes.
And she was going to stay in that house with you for the duration of the filming, correct?
I don't know that it was the duration, but sure.
Okay. And you testified on Tuesday, I guess, that when you went
It's a
there
microwave weapon.
in February of 2015, you'd been off of alcohol for 18 months. You testified to that. Remember giving that testimony?
The microwave weapon makes you
yes.
addicted to
That's just
alcohol
nonsense,
or drugs.
right? We've already
and it
looked at
confuses you with date,
May
time,
2014.
and what's going on.
you were drunk on
can
that
make
plane.
anger. It can
You
make
admitted to that.
sexual. It can make
That's
you
not
do
18
crimes.
months before.
This
so that
weapon.
testimony that you
The
gave,
DA is
which said you'd been
lying.
sober
Ask the
for
judge
18 months
for the proof
before
of
you
the
arrived in
microwave
February
weapon.
2015 was
Ask
not
the proof.
correct?
What's the objection?
The approach?
Your Honor,
What's
I mean,
the objection?
He's testifying, Your Honor.
It's a compound. Could you just do me one question? Okay.
Mr. Depp, you had not been sober off of alcohol for 18 months before you went to Australia in February 2015, correct?
It's possible that it was not 18 months, maybe it was 17, maybe it was 16.
It was actually a lot less than that because at a minimum, you were drunk on that plane flight from Boston to Los Angeles in May of 2014.
That's incorrect, sir. I said that I had had a glass of champagne and I had taken a double dose of the narcotics, of the opiates. That's a very different thing from being drunk.
Okay, and a very different thing from what you texted Paul Bettany, correct?
Again.
Okay, so the Boston flight was in May 2014. You go to Australia in February of 2015, having testified that you were off of alcohol for 18 months. Now, when you went to Australia in February of 2015, you also lied to the Cast Insurance Company that was insuring you for Pirates 5, didn't you?
After she cut my finger off?
No, well, that's your account of it, sir.
She cut his
Before
finger
you
off?
went to Australia, let's do it this way. Let's pull up
She was
Exhibit
microwave too.
500?
500, Defense Exhibit 500.
Yes, I'd like to see who I lied to.
Mr. Depp, you see this as it's called a Cast Insurance Medical Certificate, correct?
Yes, I see that, yes.
Okay. And it's dated, this is in, I believe it's in not the way we do dates in the U.S., because you can see on the lower left column, examinee's start date of filming 16/2/2015. So that means February 16th, 2015, correct?
Correct.
Your
And
Honor,
the date of the exam.
before we go any further, we'd ask to be able to see this entire document.
I'm just asking about the top of it. I'm happy if we want. There's specific parts I'm going to ask him about, but if they want to scroll through it, that's fine.
It's unclear whether Mr. Depp has ever even seen this, so we just appreciate the
Is
courtesy of
anybody
being
even
able to see
charged for
the
this
entire document.
case?
That's fine,
Defamation?
Your Honor.
Was she
I'm gonna
charged
direct
for
him to certain
lying
parts,
to the
but
police?
That's fine if they wanna. I'm just trying to move things along here. I'm sorry?
I have a hard copy if you'd like to look at
FBI
that.
are
They'd
investigating
like to see
her.
page 3.
Well, good. They are
It's
investigating
an
her.
approach, Your Honor, that
Are
would
they gonna charge her?
it's
It was not destroyed.
What?
It was
they
destroyed.
just scrolled to the last page, so we can just view it here. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, sorry. I appreciate that.
Go, Mr. Rottenborn. Your question?
Yes, I do. Mr. Depp, this is your signature on the page of the document being displayed here, correct?
That is
And it's dated February 11th, 2015.
correct.
Your Honor, with the understanding that if the exhibit for the court will have to redact signatures, I'd move for admission of this document and permission to publish.
Any objection?
Your Honor, this may have some medical information, so at this time, we'd like an opportunity to ensure. This is an insurance form with medical information. I just want to make sure we're not publishing anything that shouldn't be.
Your Honor's made clear that anything that comes into evidence in this case will be published to the jury, whether it's
Well, there may be
confidential or not.
irrelevant medical information that Your Honor has already ruled is not admissible.
Approach. Please come here.
And then can you scroll down, Michelle? Scroll down again. Okay. Your Honor, these redactions were on here before we, I'm told before we got the document, so no issue there. And then we would propose to just redact the, if you go up one page, I don't, that's the proposed redaction. And if you want us to redact the first three lines, M, N, and 2, that's fine too. Why don't you go ahead and redact those, Michelle?
That's fine with those redactions.
I'm just trying to move this along as quickly as we can, Your Honor.
Both of these people were controlled by a microwave weapon. Microwave weapon makes people go crazy. Chopped off his finger, or they could be lying, but the microwave weapon from remote viewing, which I'm be able to get everybody's download, or it'll say the
Thank
truth.
You, Your Honor. So we looked at your signature, Mr. Depp. If scroll down, please, Michelle.
But if you've been on a microwave weapon,
your signature.
basically, both of these people are incompetent at the time, and no one can be charged, but they could be sued.
That the studio Disney took out for your filming Pirates 5, correct?
I guess so, yes.
Okay. And you see the role here, it's listed as Captain Jack Sparrow, Johnny Depp, coverage status, full coverage, effective date, February 11th, 2015, right?
I see that.
And you're aware, it's not uncommon for studios to want to ensure actors that are playing in a movie in case something happens, right?
It's happened for 30 plus years for me.
Correct. So if you can scroll up, please. And in order to do that, you have to provide certain information to see if you're insurable, right?
Correct.
Okay. And in this document, which you signed, dated, I believe, February 11th, you were asked the question, are you currently using, or in the last 12 months, have you used any of the following? Michelle, let's unredact the...
Who's suing who here?
Well, there's section B is illegal substances, whether prescribed by a physician or not. And you check the box to the right. Michelle, is there a way to unredact the headers in that column so we can see which one is yes and which one is no?
How much money are they trying to get from this?
Thank you. So, Mr. Depp, when you were asked the question in this CAST insurance form, are you currently using, or in the last 12 months, have you used any of the following? You say yes, that you've used some prescription drugs. And when in the question that says illegal substances, whether prescribed by a physician or not, you check no, correct?
Yes, sir.
At around this time when you can take that down, thank you. At around this time when you flew to Australia in February of 2015, you were starting to feel depressed about your role in Pirates and your acting legacy generally, correct? Well, let's do it this way. Let's put up Exhibit 350, please.
Why don't we go ahead and take our lunch break?
Sure. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and take our lunch break. Let's go to 2:10, okay? So don't talk to anybody, don't discuss the case, and don't do the outside research, and we'll see you back at 2:10, okay? All right, so we'll take a recess till 2:10.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. 2:10.
This is unbelievable. I'm actually doing Virginia. What is it? 1 o'clock? They have an hour. You know what? This trial talks about them doing drugs and nobody even gets charged. It's the funniest thing. All these people are talking about substance issues, but the truth is the microwave weapon makes substance issues. Everybody's getting microwaves, and they make people on drug use. I'm telling you right now.
Let's go and get the jury. Next question, Mr. Rappaport.
Thank you, Your Honor. Afternoon. Michelle, can you please pull up Exhibit 175, please? Defendant's Exhibit. Mr. Depp, is this an email exchange you had with Bruce Whitkin on June 6th, June 7th, 2013?
It's June 7th, 2013.
Okay. And if you scroll down to the bottom, that I'm not going to read it aloud, but that email address is your email address. Is that right?
I don't. Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. So this email is an email that you sent to Mr. Whitkin on June 6th, 2013 at 7:05 a.m., the one that starts with "Seriously, be woozy." Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. And Bruce Whitkin was a longtime friend of yours, right?
Yes, sir, quite a long time.
You met in Florida many years ago, right?
Yes.
And then he lived in Los Angeles, and you all were very close friends until a few years ago, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Your Honor, permission to publish or move for admission of this, permission to publish with the email addresses redacted. And if they want me to redact Mr. Whitkin's responses, that's fine.
We have no objection to that, Your Honor, and I don't think we need to have Mr. Whitkin's response redacted.
All right, so you just want to have just the identifiers redacted, and that's all?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, if we could do that. All right.
Okay, now I know this is a few years before Australia in 2015, which we stopped with right before lunch. But I want to just, if you can scroll down, Michelle, please, to the paragraph that starts, "Brain is on full tilt." Maybe just blow up the first couple sentences there. Okay, yeah, perfect.
Brain on full tilt.
So in this email to Mr. Whitkin
Sounds
in
like a
June of
microwave
2013,
weapon.
you write to him, "Brain is on full tilt.
Full
The
tilt.
circus never stops. Feel physically fucked constantly. I'm wired up so tight that I'm barely able to deal with people on any level that is remotely enjoyable." See that? Did I read that right?
Yes, I see, yeah.
Now, Michelle, can you please pull up Exhibit 350, Defendant's Exhibit 350?
They just said that his mind was remotely and altered or controlled by a microwave weapon, basically. They just didn't say
This is a text exchange that you had with Stephen Duders, your personal assistant, on March 6th, 2015. So we fast forwarded a couple years.
Brain full
You
tilt.
see that?
That probably means microwave weapon.
So
Brain full
16,
tilt means
28,
microwave
is it?
weapon.
The third one down.
And my voice,
yeah,
I haven't
yes,
talked
sir.
for a long time since I
1628.
talked to my head.
Third one down.
Brain full tilt. It sounds like he was on a microwave weapon. And remotely means remote viewing. Or remote.
And this is a text that you sent to Mr. Duders on March 6th, 2015.
Sorry, just reading it.
Can he read? Microwave weapon might control.
Yes.
And by this point, you had been in Australia since about the week after your wedding, right? So for 3 weeks or so? Is that about right?
Seems right, yes.
Okay. And Amber didn't arrive until around this time, correct? Beginning of March?
Yes, I recall that Amber arrived around 6th, 7th.
The 6th or 7th of March, right? Okay. So you'd been outside of her presence for the last 3 or 4 weeks prior to this, right?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. Can you, Your Honor, I would move for admission of Defendant's Exhibit 350 with identifiers redacted.
Your Honor, we would ask that the top email to Mr. Holmes and the last email from Mr. Duders be redacted.
So just the two in the middle?
Yes.
Sure,
where
and
it
honestly,
needs
Your Honor, then if we're gonna do that, we can just redact the, actually, we can redact the second one too, so we just do the third.
Your Honor, we believe that's necessary for context.
Okay, for context, all right, so we'll just get rid of the
Okay.
first one and the last one and the identifiers. So it should be the two middle texts.
That's everything it says.
Thank you. If you could just,
350 in evidence as redacted. Okay, go ahead.
thank you, Your Honor. Michelle, if you could blow up the email starting with honestly. So this is an email, you've been in pre-production and shooting in Pirates 5 for the last couple of weeks, correct? By March 6, 2015?
What was the question, sorry?
By March 6, 2015, you'd been in pre-production and shooting for Pirates 5 for a couple of weeks in Australia, right?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. So your email to him, to Mr. Duders, your personal assistant, reads, honestly, I will not again be doing anything that involves the discussion of furthering my embarrassment of having whored for all these fucking wasted pieces of shit. Nothing, years on characters that I so ignorantly started to think of as my legacy. Every cunting fight, every fucking time, I held my ugliness and rage deeper down and get in check when there was still room in my head to do such a thing. Did I read that right?
You did.
And that's what you're writing to Mr. Duders, having been on the set of Pirates 5 for a couple of weeks, correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
The screenplay that I received was not up to snuff, I felt. And so that was part of this, was my anger was that the screenplay was very lazily written, and I had to do a lot of rewriting.
And with you in Australia, I think we covered this, was Debbie Lloyd. You testified to that before lunch, right? Debbie Lloyd was your sobriety nurse, she's supposed to help you stay sober, correct?
She was there to give me meds and
Right. The fact is,
stay on the path.
okay. The fact is, Mr. Depp, you had been using a fair amount of drugs during those 3 or 4 week period before Miss Heard arrived in Australia, hadn't you?
Marijuana was what I was using.
And not just that, other drugs too, correct?
No, not that I recall, no.
Okay. Let's take a look at Exhibit 346, please. This is a text message exchange between you and Nathan Holmes on February 25th, 2015. Correct?
That's correct.
Mr. Holmes was another one of your personal assistants, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
He and Stephen Duders were kind of the two main personal assistants during this period of time, right?
That's correct.
And at the top of the page, the second one down, do you see where Mr. Holmes tells you?
Objection, hearsay.
He just testified that he was only using marijuana, and this is clearly impeachment to that, Your Honor.
This is Mr. Holmes' words.
We're gonna go text by text, and before I ask for permission to publish and for motion for admission, we'll go through it. But it.
I'll sustain as Mr. Holmes. So.
Okay. Mr. Depp, why don't you take a moment to read this text from the top down?
Thank you.
Please.
Okay, yes.
So, Mr. Depp, does this refresh your recollection that, in fact, you weren't doing just marijuana in late February 2015? In fact, you were doing cocaine that Nathan Holmes was supplying to you?
In fact, there's nothing in there that says I've been doing cocaine.
Does this refresh your recollection, Mr. Depp, that you were given cocaine by Nathan Holmes in late February 2015?
Even if I were given cocaine by Nathan Holmes, there's nothing here that says I was doing the cocaine.
And Nathan Holmes was upset, or you understood that Nathan Holmes thought that you might be upset with him for taking some of your cocaine. Isn't that right?
I think
Objection, Your
that's...
Honor, hearsay and speculation.
Excuse me.
I said, what was his understanding?
I'll sustain as speculation. Next question.
Okay. And in fact, Mr. Depp, you also were going to see Marilyn Manson in Australia around this time, correct?
Correct. He was coming to play a show in Melbourne.
Okay. Your Honor, I would move for admission of this document with the following text messages. We can redact whatever else they want, although I think, well, the ones that, the witness's own words that I'd like to show are 80039, 80041, 80086. Those are all words from Mr. Depp. I have a highlighted copy if you'd like me to approach.
We have no objection as long as everything else is
I
redacted.
just want to look at his highlighted copy and make sure that's.
Oops, I touched the screen horribly.
No, that was
Pardon me.
you. It's okay. You're good.
All said.
Okay. So no objection to the redactions?
No objection to
346
admitting those with redactions, yes.
Okay, thank you. Get those redactions. All right, 346 in evidence for the redactions. You can publish it.
So you can see these texts were sent on February 26th and February 27th, 2015. And if you scroll over, Michelle, and can you just blow up the text portion of it? You text Mr. Holmes, your personal assistant, have you heard from Manson's Ryan? Now, Ryan was Marilyn Manson's personal assistant, or he worked for him. That's what you understood, correct?
At the time, yes.
Okay. And then you say, yes, and of course, yes, please, and you will pay Ryan for it. 2 exclamation points, 2 question marks. And then you write, disappear, we should have more happy pills. 3 exclamation points.
Happy pills disappeared?
2 question marks. Can you? Followed by 3 exclamation points. Did I read that correctly?
You
Happy
did.
pills? What are happy
Can you
pills?
take that down and please pull up Exhibit
Although they were question
349?
marks instead of exclamation points.
And Mr. Depp, this text exchange that I'm going to ask you about is from just 2 days later, after February 26th. On February 28th, it's the last 2 on the page. February 28th, 2015, there's a text from you to Mr. Duders.
I would object to the, as hearsay with respect to the text from Mr. Duders.
That's fine.
Okay, you're just,
So just the second to last one is all we would seek to admit.
okay, if we could do the redactions for just that.
Yes, Your Honor, and we'll happy to redact Mr. Duders' response.
Okay. So 349 in evidence with redactions, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor. So in this text message, Mr. Depp sent on February 28th, 2015, you send Mr. Deuters an email, and if you'll remember, what we had just looked at was you reaching out to Mr. Holmes, asking if he had heard from Manson's assistant Ryan, and then saying yes and yes and yes, of course, please pay Ryan for it, and then asking for more happy pills. And in this text message, you say, yay, hello, Master D. I say, I do believe that Ryan, parentheses, Munson's, gave you a wee baggage for me. Where does it reside? X. Did I read that right?
You continue to read them right, yes.
And the where it says Munson's, that's a typo and should have said Manson's, correct?
It's a nickname.
Okay. You can take that down. Thank you. So we've gone from February 26th to February 28th. I'd now like to fast forward to March 2nd of that year, 2015. Can you please pull up Exhibit 353? Your Honor, let's do it this way. Mr. Depp, these are text messages back and forth from you to your other personal assistant, Nathan Holmes, in March of 2015, correct?
Appears to be, yes. Yes.
Your Honor, I know that the whole thing is going to draw an objection, but I would like to move to admit Mr. Depp's text, which I have here highlighted, and I think we can redact pretty quickly through this document. And I'm happy to have them highlighted if you'd like me to approach
Well,
it.
if you could just
Sure.
show it to counsel, the highlighted portions. Is this a one-page document or?
It's actually three.
Three-page
and we may not do all of them now, but I think it's
Okay.
easier to just.
We have no objection with just admitting Mr. Depp's
Okay, so
messages.
353 with the redactions.
Yes, and I think
Okay.
we can, if you'll just indulge us for a minute, I
All
think
right,
we
that's
can
fine.
get all of that done. Thank you.
Okay. So 353 in evidence with redactions. What, wait a minute. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Assuming that Ms. Myers agrees with our redactions here.
Can we just see the other pages where the redactions were entered. Okay. Yes, all
All
set,
right.
thank you.
353 in evidence for the redactions.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Publish the jury.
Can you please go to the first page of that document? So, February 26th, February 28th, now we're up to March 2nd. And on March 2nd, a few days before Miss Heard arrives in Australia, you text Nathan Holmes, and this is going to take a little bit just to kind of get through this, so appreciate the court and the jury's patience here. But you text him on number 73, and you say, "No, you're not. Why? That is not a part of the job description. And I'm telling you now, any one of any of you guys start to lecture me, I just do not want to hear it. No stupid bullshit about sappy bollocks. I am a grown fucking man, and I will not be judged." Did I read that right?
You did.
Keep going, please. "And I will never, ever live in this world cage any longer. I'll do whatever I damn well please. Okay." Did I read that right?
You did.
And if we go on to the next page, please. Continue and say, "I don't want to depend on others for things like that. I'm not unhappy. I am insane." Big difference. Did I read that right?
You did.
"No system." Then you say, "I don't want to risk it for you or anyone. So I can get what I need. Also, may I be ecstatic again? Helps. Color me deceased." By ecstatic, you're referring to taking ecstasy, correct?
It's very likely. Before Miss Heard arrived, she had asked me to score either MDMA or ecstasy tablets before her arrival.
Okay. So once again, Miss Heard's at fault for these texts.
I'm not blaming her for the text. I'm just stating the facts.
Okay. Well, let's talk about those facts. So,
Okay.
Miss Heard arrives in March in 2015. You can go ahead and actually, you know what? Let's go down one, Michelle, because we're going to fast forward a few days and we're going to come back to this. Actually, just one day. This is when you text Mr. I don't remember if it was Holmes or Duders at this point. Mr. Holmes, correct? And you text him and you say,
This is
"Yeah,
on
Mr.
the
Holmes."
7th.
Yeah, so
Yes.
we fast forwarded another couple of days, I guess 5 days, and you say, "Need more whitey stuff ASAP, brother man, and the e-business, please. I'm in bad shape. Say nothing to nobody." Did I read that right?
You did, sir.
Okay. And I wanted to take a look at that, Mr. Depp, because you just testified that Miss Heard was the one who wanted ecstasy. But in fact, when you sent this text on March 7th, 2015, this was right after you cut your finger off.
No.
And right after you told the doctor that you cut your finger off, you were asking for cocaine and ecstasy. That's entirely possible, correct?
I'm not sure that you have the date correct about when my finger was chopped off.
Okay. Okay, let's take a look.
I'm pretty sure that the date was the 8th.
Now, Mr. Depp, you remember testifying, let's put it this way. Sometimes these texts, the dates of the text messages, you would agree that they're obviously Australia's 12 hours different from this part of the world, correct? Or something like that.
Something like that. Sure, I'll agree with you on that.
So the date stamps and time stamps that are reflected on these texts may be reflecting a different time than when they were actually sent.
Objection foundation calls for speculation.
You'd agree with that, right?
No, I'll sustain the objection.
Okay. Okay. Well, then let's do this. So is it your testimony that right after you cut your finger off, right after, I won't give you anything to argue with me yet, right after you sustained an injury to your finger, right after you sustained an injury to your finger, is it your testimony that you did not ask for cocaine and ecstasy right after you told the doctor about your finger injury? Is that your testimony?
Regardless of what date you believe works within the world time zone, I don't believe that someone who has gone through opiate dependency, who has lost the ability to produce dopamine and serotonin in their own body, because that's what the opiate does. Your body no longer needs to make the dopamine or the serotonin. The dopamine and serotonin, as you know, I imagine, are things that keep us it gives us our moods.
I appreciate that, but my question wasn't that. My question was,
I'm just trying
right
to
after
school
you told the doctor about your finger injury, you were asking for it's entirely possible that you were asking for cocaine and ecstasy.
Objection
Yes
calls
or
for
no?
speculation.
I'll allow that question. Answer.
Clearly need more Whitey stuff. Yes, it's a reference to cocaine, but that doesn't. There's nothing here that says that I ingested the drug.
Not saying there is, but you were asking for more cocaine and you were asking for more ecstasy, correct?
I wasn't asking for more ecstasy. I was asking for ecstasy because that was what I was requested by Ms. Hurd.
Let's take a look at the UK transcript date 3. A permission to approach with that,
All
Your
right.
Honor?
Date 3. Oh yeah. Thank you. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I'm sorry. I'm going to ask you to turn to page 463 and 464 of this, please.
Sure thing. 463.
Are you there?
I'm there, just reading it, sorry.
And on page 463, line 20, you're asked the question, Mr. Depp, what I am asking you about, and I think your barrister, Mr. Sherborne, agrees, the times we have to factor in, it may be we can put in an agreed local Australian time. But what is important, do you see, is the order that you have cut your finger off, and straight away, after telling your doctor that you cut your finger off, you are asking for cocaine and ecstasy.
To help reduce plastic waste in our environment,
America's beverage companies
are carefully designing our bottles
to be 100% recyclable.
That means every bottle that's recycled
can be turned into material we use to make new bottles. Please help us get every bottle back.
I think it's worth knowing that Rusty Bowers Again, a witness you'll hear from live tomorrow. He is, in one particular and important way, he is everything that Bill Barr and Mike Pence and all these other supposed heroes of this story are not. However much people like Attorney General Bill Barr or Vice President Pence have been lauded over the...
All right, let's go ahead and get the jury.
Okay. Let's go to a page. Avoid harassment and mind control. Experimentation. Sorry, I can't speak well because they're putting pressure on the back of my head yet. And crackling, popping, still pressure on my stomach. They can target and press anywhere on your screen where it pushes, because your house is basically like a condenser where it's from a space, a satellite, where it goes through the whole house and puts EMF or pulse, and they can target any area and push it on your body. They can target your body and touch you. But my stomach and everything is still gonna hurt every day for a year and a half, and they attacked me since I was 3 years old, off and on, throughout my whole life, from this microwave weapon. And I'm not kidding about it, because my name is Travis D. Huss, 306 Dawes Street, Oshkosh, Wisconsin, 54901, phone number 920-428-7738. Email huss_Travis@yahoo.com. I started a webpage even about the truth of it. Protect Your Freedom or Protect Your Privacy.com, protectyourprivacy.com, where I'm trying to put more, but every time I try to put more out there, they attack me more. In my head, they talk in my head, crackle, pop, harass me, sexual assault me. They can make me up or down, and tingly down there, tingle your whole body, itchy, rashy, dryness, bloody, bloaty noses, irritable, pressure, can't sleep, massive showers, can't work, non-stop pain, dry mouth, drinking. They can put fluid in my mouth. They make me cry, make me sad, make me happy. They can make a forced orgasm. They can make you have diarrhea. It's by HC frequency that goes into your head, and by ultrasonic, and by EMF, which is electrical magnet. And they can make you say words. They have a thought processor. They can see camera through your eyes and hear and see what you do, which is translated through a RF signal going through your brain all the way up. And they can see everything, and they can do dreams through your eyes, simulation in your head. Watch the movie Brainstorm or other things, but they can make you cry, sad, happy, feel like you're in love, scared, anxiety, every emotion, and put thoughts in you. They can see your thought process, what you're thinking, what you want to pick up. I can do holograms right now. They left visualization on, and I said this over and over, but I like to repeat it in each video just in case people haven't got it. But here's an article I found. Electronic Surveillance Project. By Gangstalked, if this is even around. Interesting month, February. But here's a short article. Can't read much because there's light bright, and I have a swollen gland from them projecting me. in my sleep or put in holograms. I can draw stuff, make anybody appear, or draw stuff, put schematics, plan stuff, draw anything, shut my eyes and go way up and draw anything, put myself in a movie, put myself anywhere, draw anything you want in high visualization. Is art daydreaming, people would call it, but I can actually put anything, make myself appear, do any kind of mass animation, you would call it. It's hard to read. And with this positive charge from RF, it makes me smoke, which they're killing my body, drink, or do anything, or not sleep. Look up electrical simulation. But this is something that's all talking about the Soviets, strategies, details, and they hurt your eye by putting on it. A lot of nonsense. If people read it, doesn't make much sense on the use of drugs, psychic. And I also found a couple hospitals where they test this on in Canada. Okay, control, shadowing, buggling, silent, backlistering. These patients agreed, and I never agreed to anything. They can make you void out your right to remain silent. The judges can see this. They have a broadcast in the whole world. They can see everybody's eyes, and they can see you on the courtroom. The DA can hear your thoughts before you even go to the jury. Even the jury, when you have a trial, they can put thoughts in their head and make them say guilty or not guilty, so we don't even have a fair trial. Spread fear. It goes. This is a long document. If you can read it, ringing, slapping in the world. You can hit pause on the video if you want to. Maybe I should get a reader. CIA, FBI. That's who is doing this to me, is the FBI. And IAC, and drug units, which they talk in my head, which they say is part of the Bible or prophecies, Illuminati, a Formula 1 government where it destroys the government, destroys America, or reborns America, whatever one they want to call it. But people all around on YouTube are claiming this Gangstalking, and they don't really understand it yet. But I've been attacked since I was 3 years old, so I understand what's going on. I didn't even know electrical simulation or tingling on your private or your head was not, I thought it was just normal to have that pain or sensation. And a lot of people don't understand that is not normal. So, this is talking a lot, and I've studied a lot, and I've been watching what they do to my body and what they do on and I've been learning from what they do from my eyes, my ears, and everything, and I'm sure they're taking notes what I do, but everybody's different. Everybody has different triggers. So this is just my YouTube, which I'm trying to expand it to 5 more social medias and keep on talking about it till somebody does anything. They denied me my right to even file a civil suit against FBI or anybody or even businesses, because they'll project me more, they'll hurt my mind more, they'll put brain fog, they'll deny my right to file any civil lawsuit or to testify or even go against anybody. They will put thoughts in their heads or make you look like you're crazy, but you're not. And they'll make you, they can, even when you call a lawyer, they will get in their thoughts, which I've called some and they said they would take it. And then they email me and say they want it then because they can scare them off. So I never had the right to a fair trial, never a right to even sue anybody, even though my sue liability is over. Even when I was in jail, they cruelly tortured me. They could turn you into a dog and make you do many things. So I never had the right to file a lawsuit in a timely manner, since they false imprisoned me in my mind and in my body by not telling me they were controlling me with a thought process, by thoughts, by trigger, by touch, or by illusion, or in dreams, or by ads or video which they were sending, or by smell, or by anxiety or emotions or smell, or triggered by sting operations by them around, or paying people, or sound, sight, smell, touch, illusion, thoughts, emotion, and anything by people talking can influence my control. So I have no control over anything. So this just keeps on going. Corrupting power, humans cost, funding. These complaints cannot be ignored. And it just keeps on going. And I can't read it well because they are projecting me or hurting me more because I'm talking more. Like even ACL I called, nothing even happened. UFO experiences. That's nice to know. My dad had a UFO experience. So obviously they projected him in the 1970s. Mind control activities. And all these are done by the CIA, FBI, and the government's electronic harassment. UFO, hearing voices. Person is complaining of being zapped, which I have. It was in my back of my head, my legs right now, my stomach. Radio waves, hearing voices, which I have. They non-stop harass. Okay. Delusion or schizophrenia, which is fake. That is fake. It's a machine called a microwave weapon that puts this in you from RF EMF, which can make this delusion. And this is fake. FBI made all these mental illnesses. If you watch Mindhunters, and Mindhunters is even fake. Aware of a treaty. Okay. You know, I should be playing music when I play this. Maybe it'll help me relax more. First step is determine what. Okay? If any technology exists, it does exist. I have proof of it. I have a whole bunch of documents, a whole bunch of video, a whole bunch of notes, witnesses, and other people I've been trying to all put together, but this thing makes you a brain fog and not focused, so my notes are all over the place. I've been studying on this non-stop. So, because you can't do nothing if a pressure on your head, and they never leave you alone. There's other people on YouTube saying they don't leave you alone too. I'm the same way. They're not leaving me alone. They harass me and sexual assault me and false imprison me in my mind, in my house, and worst of all, controlling me. And it even made me spend all my money. I've spent in the last year over $60,000 because they controlled me to spend it wherever they wanted me to spend it. Without my knowledge, I blacked out or not remembering. And it's called a projection drug. Look up Brain Sleeper. Sleeper has this metal ball RF where it makes you really messed up with the Sleeper movie. And it makes people messed up. And they control you and they make you spend all kinds of money. Probably 60 to 100,000 just in the year of 2021. Due to them making me chase in circles or just giving it away on stupid stuff. So they have lasers, white paper, domestic infrasound, which they can hear, non-nuclear electromagnetic generators, high-powered microwave, which is in field, non-lethal. These weapons can kill people when approximately amplified. Yep. They have killed people with heart attacks or shock or in the brain. They can't handle it. It's amplified pressure on the brain because it makes, when this thing goes in your ears, the RF EMF, it makes bubbles. You can hear it, the sound, and it goes in your brain. All these bubbles are on my head right now, inside, which even you can see bubbles sometimes that form in your skin because it's bubbling and it needs to be released. And also when they do it, you have high gases which release from your stomach or through your colon or anywhere, or burp, mostly through the colon. The Army identifies these weapons as non-conventional. This thing has hurt people, killed people. And people are asking for help all over on YouTube. Search up Gangstalked or microwave weapon or deep state, Hanva syndrome, skull to voice, it would be called. Maybe harassment. Some people don't even know it's called Gangstalked or microwave weapon or Hanva syndrome. Some people don't even know that they're having. So look up schizophrenia, look up mental illness, look up anxiety, look up any kind of illness by it. Look up people just saying I'm asking for help and they don't even know what's going on. There's all kinds of videos out there hidden because people don't know what's going on yet. These are non-lethal, but can cause permanent brain injury, basically. This thing goes on forever with the CIA in the 1950s. And it's kind of funny how it says 1950s, because in 1945, 1948, they had Nikola Tesla that was part of making some of this, whereas it was tracking and other things. So they had this made way before Nikola Tesla, which goes back to World War I to Germany. They just added more and more to it. Audiograms, words, sounds, hearing voices. They also have high religion programmed in this, both God and devil. Also weird sexual fantasies. And they also try to set you up for crimes, because that's their job, FBI and drug units. On the microwave weapon. This weapon also kills people. It also puts viruses or illnesses or cancer or anything in you, because this thing is made to hurt people that they don't want or can control. The code in this thing is all backwards. And it can brainwash people and hypnotize people. They even have swirlies. They can hypnotize people. And they do it in your dreams when you're sleeping. They can switch the thought process in you and you believe your dreams are spiritual. They can even put stuff on TVs, everything. All this stuff, post army. Some of this doesn't make sense to people, but this is all true. Surveillance, involuntary human subjects. Surveillance, collection of personal information. People that are getting Gangstalked, they don't even understand it's the government yet. They call them terrorists, or these people, because you know why? You go report it, they're not going to say anything to police or FBI or anybody. And they have, and look, they have 42 laboratories of this that they're doing gangstalking. 42 laboratories. So you know what? They have over 1 million FBI, 10 million with investigators, drug units, FBI, and other people doing this to people in America right now that just watch people, invasion of privacy, set people up, and control people. The 42 laboratories study it, R&D centers, 10,000 scientists and engineers that build on this. 1.3 billion they spend on it. Why? We don't know yet. Is this a type of harassment? Mind control experience makes means put thoughts in you, dreams, touch, smell, where they can control you. I know how to do it if they gave me it. And they have a touch screen where they can touch and watch from our eyes. They can see everything. They also have a visible camera where they can drive anywhere in your house because your eyes do quantum mapping. So basically when you walk around, your eyes are photographing and videoing, and it puts a map of your whole house and the whole world together. And once they have it all together, they can drive around an invisible camera and look at everything and you anywhere. It's 3D mapping actually. So they don't really talk about any of this. In 1996, Bill Clinton, like these, I found, they said they were going to stop doing this, and they never did yet. But the truth is, they have done it to every American. Every person, sometime they have watched through their eyes, or tapped on them sexually, or put a dream in them. Dreams are induced by this weapon. And they usually only target people, drug use, mental, people that are alone, people they can take advantage of, control, or people that found out the truth of corruption or mass surveillance of something. If you found out the truth, say if you're a reporter, or you're somebody else, or you're drug use, or they don't like you, what you're doing sexual, or some kind of crime selling, or you found out that they are doing, they will attack you, and they won't leave you alone. It'll go on for years. Mine's been for 2 years. And these so-called cases involved are called whistleblowers. So I would be called a whistleblower and get an attack. But you know what? This is all supposed to come out because it's in the Bible about how America is destroyed. And it's about how all governments fall. How they all form to one. So they want this to come out. The question is when. They want all governments to fall down and be one nation, all changed. Like right now, they're in my head saying they do not want to come out, but they do. They lie. Bizarre treatment. Isolation. They've done that to me. I've been in my house for a long time and trying to go around, but you know what they did? They made me spend almost $60,000 to $100,000 in 1 year. My life savings, because they controlled me. The federal government controlled me. The state, every state did. See, look, they even do telephone calls. They can hear everything anyways. They can interrupt calls. Yup. They can interrupt your internet, block web pages, block your social media. What you write, they can block this message. They could block mail and theft and tamper, which I've seen. Noise campaigns. They can make mimic noises. They can act like someone's walking around in your house. Even the neighbors act like you're talking. Make them do anything, call. Even other ones make people think there's people there, really there's nobody is. Noise complaints. Even water running, people walking, they can make it feel like your couch is moving. Tapping on the walls, people are listening, people are outside. I mean, this audio thing, they can make you think the TV's on, somebody's upstairs. People in your house, they can make you think people are all over, but really there's not. And they can also suck you in a simulation where you're really pulled into it, where you're stuck by pressure on both of your heads, and they could be sucked you into something where you're so sucked into it, zoned, and you're not even here, you're in a different world. Whatever they're trying to talk or do and make you do, you will do it or fall for it. And you'll feel like you're stuck. And the only ways out is a couple ways. Is either wait so the cops, everybody's busted, or wait for more people to come forward, or people to protest to go forward, or to suicide and hurt yourself, or to get arrested, or get shot or killed, or do a crime. I asked cops to give me a crime sometimes, hoping it will. I went to court and nothing ever happened. Went to jail, purposely tried to get a ticket, and they tortured me in jail even, and it still didn't stop it. So, trying to figure out yet how to turn this off. I have tried several things, and it's not turned off yet, and how to turn off this pressure, the talking, the organs pushing around in your body, your throat, the dreams, the sensation in private parts, the forced orgasms, where they can just make you go or get up, make you never get up, your pain in your body, stiffness, sleepiness, anything, and there's no way to get rid of it. Maybe electrical magnets. I found a place that said Lone Star. We'll see if they said to write a letter. But then I found out Lone Stars by the military anyways. It's kind of funny. keep on going. You can't play music because of copyright. Only 36 hours. We'll try a couple of years. Try since you were 3 years old off and on. These people don't even know what pain is yet. Stalking, yep. They'll make you think somebody's stalking you, but nobody is. Pacing. About, yeah, it's normal to walk around because if they target you by selecting the 3D mapping, if you walk around, sometimes they can't target your body where there's pressure on you nonstop. You have to move around and it's not on you not as much. Or I found out if you push on your pressure points, it gets rid of it a little bit. So if you push on your body, or they mess with you in your head too, but you can get rid of it a little bit. Or you put earplugs in. It blocks the RF a little bit, but it still gets through. There is RDF fabric, which I'm going to be trying, and also making a metal shed and see if it blocks it out. Others is like living with the AI, and they might evolve it to an AI where we're stuck forever. The calling card. You know what? These people that take your call projectionists, they leave calling cards. They can leave imprints and stuff. If you look really good at fabrics, or your walls, or pictures, or look on detail on curtains, like curtains on your windows, you can see a calling card, which is a projectionist, like they're like a smiley face, or they'll draw faces, and it's something, the calling card, which a motive or killers or a murder or assault victim or anybody that would burglarize or break into a house, it's normal for a criminal or anybody that has any psychic or any not psychic, any person that has mental illness that it does assault, a sexual abuse, or break in or hurt people, is normal for them to leave a calling card, so that leaves that they're there. So this is typical for when people assault or break into people's houses, which the government's doing. Calling card, no criminal record. Anybody that does drugs, they do it too, yeah. Drug frame, so they try to set people up. Legal search. Yeah, you can do a legal search from your eyes anyways. or make you say stuff. Make you buy stuff, spend. Okay, this is interesting. They did this to my car. Okay, I took a picture of that one. I didn't know they could do that. 2 individuals reported finding their air oil contaminated immediately after oil change. It's thickened. So I got 2 cars broken by this. There we go. I have a VW that thickened in 2013. It clogged up my oil filter. And they said it was something else. Okay. And then I have another car when they changed the oil. It rubbed it up and blew the transmission. Or they changed it wrong. And I have another car that was seized from oil. And another Escalade that wouldn't start up from EMF. And it had problems. Okay? So now I have to make sure on the settlement I file for every car I had. Car problems, they pay me out for everything I paid. And anything that broke or flipped or in car accident, they are reliable for all those. Since it can thicken, do other things. And any damages to the car. And I had multiple cars with these problems. Gunk. This is very interesting. Since it must be able to thicken. This happened in 2013 and just recently last year for this one. And I had an Escalade that did the same thing. And once the car seized up. And I have a person named Hura that had the same problems with the car. And she thought it was, and she could even see people, but they were messing with it. So they're doing some kind of experiment around cars, which is very interesting. Okay, I had appliances that went off and then repaired themselves. And vehicles. Dental. They messed up my teeth too. Okay, this happened to me too. And it happened to me where they almost got me. Okay. So they tried to come after me several times. Several times in a car. And I already knew about the suicide one. The suicide from overdoses and all that in their heads. That's why suicides are so up. Okay. Stage means they could have faked it, or they planted it, or they switched it afterwards. Could be done either way. If they found out they were gonna get in trouble, they could have switched stuff around or made it look like it. Okay. FBI and the CIA intervene, of course, so, but they're the ones attacking us. Isolation. They've done that to me. That's what they want to do. So basically now it looks like they say when a parent or family gets targeted, they target other people. And that could make sense. My parents were targeted, and now I was, and now my kids were. Okay, so it goes down the line for some odd reason. Okay, this is normal. They do crime, which they have no control. They get controlled to do stuff. And I'm not reading all this. I'm just scamming it, giving you my input. So you guys should hit pause and read it. I think it's still recording. They target kids, do all kinds of stuff. Can't diagnose treatment. That's normal. The doctors don't know what they're doing. Auditory input. That means projecting dreams or inside the mind. Or it could be talking. Auditory, I believe, is visual. Okay. See, government harassment, mind control, torture. Intent to break. I heard that word before. Okay, this is normal for just like I talked about lawyers are scared. For those who contact us are able to require legal assistance, not helped by understanding the financial circumstances. Most have found that few attorneys are willing to risk their careers by pursuing cases involved what is believed to be government-sponsored harassment. So it's very hard to find an attorney. Like I said, they scare them away, which I have them on tape. And sabotaging. They sabotage cases. So how do we have a fair trial? How can we even do it? Just like I said. Now they are doing more stuff to my eyes with lights and okay. Okay, they did the same thing to me in my control. Run over by cars or run over by things. They made me think it too, but they made me think that I had to actually have someone do it instead of being worried, which is pretty weird. This one's opposite. Mine was making you to go do it, like the murder suicide. So mine was trying to do it the other way, and this person was worried, and then they made me not worry about it. So mine's a little bit different, but I have the same things of all these. And dry lips. Suffer periods of confusion. Yep, I have confusion all the time. Short-lived process attention. Can't focus, or they don't care if you get hit by a car or you go to busy roads, which has almost happened to me, or other things. Fruitcake, huh? No, my first video on here, they had people saying weird things. Now, have them read this. They'll say it's all fake. This. And they got my computer. Oh, I can't download this. Hacked. See, the police had their hands dirty. They know about this. FBI knows about it. They don't do nothing. Please don't too. Don't makeup, huh? Thing's gonna go on for a while. Project Slammer. Invasion of Piracy, you don't know. Date Patrice, they all are involved. they can tap. They also just can see from your person's eyes. Yeah, they still talking to me. They make me daze out a lot. They have done this to turn the lights off and on. They can use the EMF or pulse to control your switches. You pick up stuff, or make your lights go on and off, or make your whole fuse box blow, or turn your lights on and off. Okay, I had this too, lethal amounts of radiation. Dangerously incompetent dentist. Okay. Steady pain. I had that. Okay, I had this too. Unusual patterns. Occupancy, like people living around you. That means undercovers moving in and out. Or CI cop informant, or FBI informant. Holographic, yeah, I have holographic right now too. Nicely drugged. Flashbacks, or high visualization or simulation. Awesome memory. That happens all the time for me. They actually must put this on your body pulse and everything on your whole body, do everything, then make you go to a clinic or someplace where they even test more drugs on you, more experimentation with doctors without even telling them. It's just kind of funny. Mathematics, I got that. Vomiting, yep. Yeah, I'm just zoned out from somebody talking in my head yet. Somebody's still talking in my head. That's why I was so quiet, because I'm talking in my head to the people. This is why they tag people, unless they make it follow family with family, they make it look like it's transparent with each member, so they don't get caught. Can also pretend or recognize any voice. They could be anybody and pretend to be your brother or anybody. Don't believe it. It's fake. For fake voices, they can pretend to be any voice. Right there. Right there, they turn regular people, social, weird, or other things, and turn them bi or to straight or to these, and they keep on trying. And try to turn them into soldiers. They allegedly claim to have difficulties reversing it. This is very interesting. Good thing I never got it. Okay, enhanced and destroy levels academic achievement. Okay, they didn't enhance mine, but they did destroy mine since I was 3 years old with learning disability. And they made brilliant people, which they didn't do this to me. They went the opposite way. Why? And they play God, yes. Yeah. They're still talking in my head, and that's why I'm so quiet. They're just making me zone out in deep thought and deep state. Still just talking in my head, just sitting there, thinking when this is gonna be done. Still just sitting in my head. U.S. citizens under involuntary. I'm trying to read it and I'm stuck in my head. And if you guys can't read it, go to gangstalkingworld.annualcities.org. And my webpage is yoursocialfreedom.com. Bye. That's it. Okay, so that should be it for now, and I'll be making another video later.